Each week, we provide you with an exclusive report in partnership with our friends over at Colorado Parks and Wildlife. It's time to check in with CPW for this week's report.
Okay, guys, Mountain TV, we have our exclusive weekly segment with John from Colorado Parks and Wildlife. John, good to see you this week.
Yeah, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the Halloween season here, a lot of activity, a lot going on. We're talking about Halloween. We're talking about pumpkins. We're talking about do's and don'ts with pumpkins. Tell me more.
Sure. Yeah. Over the last few years, some folks want to advocate for leaving your pumpkins out for wildlife to get into. And we just always want to remind people that willingly and intentionally feeding wildlife in Colorado is illegal. There's a lot of reasons why you don't want to be attracting wildlife such as deer and raccoons to your yard, whether that's the spread of disease or, mountain lions eat deer. And if you're attracting deer to your yard that are munching down on some of your leftover rotting pumpkins, you could inadvertently attract mountain lions to your neighborhood as well. So always advocate for people to properly get rid of their pumpkins. A lot of communities have different events where you can donate them. They go out to like pig feed, stuff like that, or just toss them in the dumpster, let nature run its course, get rid of those things.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think you made a good point. Sometimes you leave them out on purpose, right? And you probably shouldn't. And sometimes you leave them out not on purpose, kind of unwittingly. That's also not good. Interesting what you said about cause and effect. One animal does something, but that kind of has an effect on other animals as maybe they track in or whatever. So that's a really good point, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't ever take them out to the forest and just chuck them out there too. It could set up a situation where an animal's feeding on a pumpkin that shouldn't be there. It is hunting season. Keep that in mind. You can't be baiting animals during hunting season. So just a lot of things to keep in mind. Get rid of that pumpkin properly and don't leave it out for wildlife.
Okay, good advice. You're almost full of good advice, John. We love having you on here with all these great tips. Hey, holidays are at hand. People are going to be putting up holiday lights and stringing lights all over the place. I knew that. That can be a little bit of a tangle hazard, I think. Tell us about that.
Yeah, deers are entering the rut. They're going to start rubbing their antlers as they get them ready, for that fighting season and mating, and also just rubbing that last little bit of the velvet off of them and whatnot. They'll find situations like this where I'm holding up. This is 8 pounds worth of hammock wrapped around deer antlers that we removed from a deer in Durango last week. Make sure you're taking down tomato cages from your gardens, hammocks in your yard, volleyball nets. All those kind of things can be a real big tangle hazard for bucks in our neighborhoods.
Okay, sounds great. Great advice again. We got about 20 seconds left here, John. A couple fires that have been kind of popping up in the Southwest area, in particular the state. Any update on those?
Sure, we got a couple fires down around Pagosa Springs area with some closures to the Pagosa Ranger District as we get ready for the second rifle season for hunting this weekend. Always just make sure you're aware of those closures and obeying those for the Forest Service so crews can get in and out and fight those fires. Check out the InstaWeb updates for those all the time.
Okay, sounds great. Great information at your website. We'll have that at the bottom of the screen as usual. John, thanks for hopping in. We'll see you again in about a week or so. Happy Halloween. Take care of those pumpkins.
Absolutely. Throw them away.
Thanks.